Today, I want to share. I have come to understand the importance of resolving issues. If you have issues with family, friends, colleagues, or business partners, I experienced a profound shift in my identity through Explore Hayat podcast. So grab a cup of coffee, stick back, and let's dive into this journey of reflection. Do good to others as God has done good to you. Spread positivity around the world. Preparation is not optional, it's essential. Remember, consistency is the system that keeps you moving forward. This applies to almost every area of life. This year taught me the importance of not putting all eggs in one basket. If you're not learning, you're falling behind. I have learned that maintaining momentum is key. What you do consistently and what you specialize in. So find your passion, specialize in it. So as you step into the new year, commit to learning, growing, and becoming the best version of yourself. Hello and welcome to another episode of Explore Hayat, the podcast where we reflect, learn, and grow together. Today, I want to share some of the most profound lessons I have learned in 2024, a year that brought challenges, changes, and a lot of growth. So grab a cup of coffee, stick back, and let's dive into this journey of reflection. This year, I have come to understand the importance of resolving issues, no matter how big or small. Avoiding them only prolongs stress, while addressing them head-on brings clarity and peace of mind. If you have issues with family, friends, colleagues, or business partners, it's essential to give the matter deep thought. Spend time with yourself to understand the root cause of the issue. Identify all possible solutions, then sit down with the other person involved. Ask for their point of view. Understanding their perspective is crucial. Communicate the potential outcomes or solutions you have thought of and work together to reach a resolution. Once resolved, let it go and move on. Lingering over an issue after finding a resolution only wastes emotional energy. Remember, resolving conflicts is not about whining. It's about restoring peace and maintaining relationships that matter. As the Japanese proverb says, if you take the wrong train, every station you pass takes you farther from your destination. The longer you delay addressing an issue, the harder and more costly it becomes to correct your path. I have learned that maintaining momentum is key. Once you stop, it becomes incredibly hard to start again, and rebuilding momentum takes even longer. Let me share a personal example. This year, 2024, I stopped doing my daily abs workout, a routine I had been consistent with for a long time. Initially, I thought skipping a day or two wouldn't hurt, but before I knew it, those days turned into weeks. When I finally tried to get back into it, the workouts felt much harder than before, and rebuilding that habit took far more effort than simply sticking with it in the first place. This applies to almost every area of life, whether it's fitness, work, or personal growth. As James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, puts it, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Consistency is the system that keeps you moving forward. So whatever you are working on, keep showing up. Even on the tough days, even when it feels like you are not making progress. Momentum is your best ally, and the more you nurture it, the farther it will carry you. This year taught me the importance of not putting all eggs in one basket. Whether it's a job or a business, both can end abruptly due to factors beyond your control. That's why having a side income stream is essential. It's much better than being left with nothing at all. Even if you don't have initial capital, there are plenty of side hustles you can start. For instance, freelancing uses skills like writing, graphic design, or social media management on platforms like Upwork or Fiverr, or online tutoring or coaching, share your expertise in a subject or a skill you know well. This requires time and knowledge, but little to no upfront investment. Or you can do drop shipping, start an online store where you don't need to hold inventory using platforms like Shopify or WooCommerce. You can do affiliate marketing, promote products or services online and learn and earn a commission for every sale made through your referral. You also have an option of digital content creation, build a YouTube channel, write a blog, or create a podcast. Over time, this can generate income through ads or sponsorships. If you have some capital to spare, even small amounts, start investing a portion of your current income into a side hustle or business idea. For example, put aside 10% of your salary to test ideas like selling handmade products, offering a service, or learning a new skill that can generate income. Think of this as planting seeds while your main job or business is thriving. Your side hustle is growing in the background. If the unexpected happens and you lose your main income source, you already have something to fall back on. As Warren Buffett wisely said, do not depend on a single income. Make investment to create a second source. Diversifying your income isn't just a safety net, it's a strategy. Strategy to build financial resilience and long-term stability. I have seen how quickly trends and technologies change. If you're not learning, you're falling behind. This year, I made it a point to invest in myself, whether through courses, reading, or connecting with thought leaders. Steve Jobs once said, "Learn continually. There is always one more thing to learn." The world is evolving, and staying relevant means staying curious. In 2024, I experienced a profound shift in my identity. Through Explore Hayat podcast, I went from being recognized as an entrepreneur to being known first and foremost as a podcaster. When people meet me now, the first thing they talk about is my podcast, not my business. That's a big change in how the world sees me, and more importantly, how I see myself. This taught me a powerful lesson. What you do consistently and what you specialize in ultimately becomes your identity. Whether it's podcasting, a profession, or a passion, the work you commit to will define how others perceive you. The key is to find that niche, something you are passionate about and skilled at, and work on it tirelessly. For me, podcasting has been a way to create meaningful conversations and spread positivity around the world. For you, it could be anything: teaching, writing, building a product, or leading a community. Remember, your identity is shaped by what you consistently dedicate yourself to. So find your passion, specialize in it, and let it redefine who you are. This year, I had the privilege of speaking to a large crowd of German architecture students and professors. That moment reinforced a powerful lesson. Opportunity favors those who are ready. But let me share a contrasting experience. There was a time earlier in my career when I wasn't as prepared. I was invited to a business meeting where I was expected to present a pitch to potential investors. I underestimated the preparation needed, thinking I could improvise. When the questions started coming, I found myself fumbling for answers, struggling to explain my vision clearly. Needless to say, the meeting didn't go as planned. I left feeling frustrated, knowing I had let an opportunity slip through my hands simply because I wasn't fully prepared. That experience taught me a hard but valuable lesson. Preparation is not optional, it's essential. Fast forward to the German architecture event, and this time I made sure to be ready. I researched my audience, outlined my message, and rehearsed until felt confident. The result? The session was a success. and it opened new doors for me. As Benjamin Franklin famously said, by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Whatever you are aiming for, a new job, a big project, or even an unexpected opportunity, make sure you are prepared. You never know when the chance to shine will come. But when it does, being ready will make all the difference. This year, I have come to appreciate one of life's most profound truths. While we are all connected, our individuality remains because of our unique perceptions, experiences, and the choices. It's like a symphony. Each instrument plays its own part, but together, they create harmony. Similarly, thriving relationships are built on respecting individuality. However, it's important to recognize that while we can guide, suggest, or advise, the ultimate decision lies with the individual. Let me share an example. A friend of mine once decided to marry someone whose background he didn't know much about. He shared his plans with me, and I advised him to take his time, do his due diligence, and gather more information before making such a life-changing decision. He listened, but ultimately told me he had made up his mind. At that point, I chose to support him and help where I could, even though I had my reservations. Unfortunately, soon after the wedding, things unfolded as I had anticipated. The emotional connection that had driven his decision wasn't enough to sustain the relationship, and he later acknowledged that rushing into the marriage without deeper understanding had been a mistake. This experience reminded me that as friends or mentors, our role is to advise with sincerity. But the final choice always rests with the individual. Everyone must walk their own path, shaped by their unique experiences and lessons. True connection comes from respecting these choices, even if they don't align with our perspectives. When we honor the individuality of others, we foster relationships, build on understanding, respect, and mutual growth. This year, I have learned the profound value of giving without expecting anything in return. True giving is not about receiving gratitude, reciprocation, or recognition. It's about the act itself and the love, care, and intention behind it. As Imam Ali, peace be upon him, beautifully said, "Do good to others as God has done good to you. If you cannot be like them in their righteousness, at least be like them in your forgiveness." This reminds us that our acts of kindness should stem from a pure heart, reflecting the blessings we have received from the divine. I have realized that even when those closest to you don't give back or fail to acknowledge your efforts, it's important to hold on to the joy of giving. The reward lies not in the outcome, but in knowing that you have made someone's life a little better, no matter how small the gesture. Giving is not a transaction, it's a reflection of who you are and the values you hold dear. So give generously, love deeply, and remember that the real fulfillment comes from the act itself, not the expectation of anything in return. This year, I reflected deeply on the phrase, "Don't be judgmental," and realized how often it's misunderstood. Many people interpret it as never evaluating others, but that's far from the truth. Judging is essential for decision making, especially when it comes to protecting yourself from harm or betrayal. Let me share an example. A friend of mine from Australia had complete faith and trust in someone she considered a close friend. She believed in being a good person and living by the principles of not judging others. So she didn't question this person's motives. In her generosity, she shared her business plan and partnered with this individual. Unfortunately, the person she trusted completely sidelined her from the business, claimed all the credit, and changed her attitude entirely. My friend was left emotionally hurt, betrayed, and hesitant to trust anyone again. She told me how this experience shattered her faith in others. When we discussed what happened, I explained the true meaning of not being judgmental. Being non-judgmental doesn't mean blindly trusting everyone. It means avoiding unnecessary prejudice while still using discernment. Judging isn't about being cynical. It's about protecting your values and interests by observing actions and making thoughtful decisions. The key is to judge wisely and fairly, not blindly or harshly. Trust should be earned, not assumed. So while kindness is important, it should always be paired with wisdom and self-awareness to avoid unnecessary pain. This year, I have been blessed to experience the true essence of friendship that transcends cultures, religions, and backgrounds. Let me share a personal story. I met two incredible individuals during a walking meditation event by Dr. Joe Dispenza on the beach in Dubai. We came from different nationalities and completely different backgrounds. Yet something clicked instantly. Over the past year, we have grown so close that it feels like we have known each other for decades. What brought us together was more than just shared experiences. It was mutual growth, respect, and a deep understanding of each other's journeys. Despite our differences, we found common ground in our aspirations, reflections, and the openness to support one another. Instead, it's about finding those who uplift you, celebrate your successes, and walk beside you through challenges. As Helen Keller beautifully said, walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you to grow, and add value to your life. Friendship isn't about where you are from, it's about the connection you build. This year, I have come to understand that learning isn't just something you do occasionally. It must be a daily habit. Growth is a constant journey. And the more you commit to learning, the more you evolve as a person. What I have realized is that learning isn't just about gaining knowledge. It's about falling in love with the process. Whether it's reading a book, reflecting on a life experience, or simply observing the world around you. Every day offers an opportunity to grow. As Imam Ali, peace be upon him, wisely said, "Do not be a slave to others when the God has created you free." This applies to your mind as well. Never let it stagnate. Keep it free by feeding it with new ideas, experiences, and insights. The most profound lesson I have learned in this: love the habit of learning, not just the outcome you hope it will bring. When you fall in love with the habit, the results will follow naturally. Make learning a part of your everyday life. Explore, question, grow, and watch as it transforms not just your knowledge, but your entire perspective on life. Growth isn't a destination, it's a lifelong journey. 2024 has been a transformative year for me, and I'm grateful for every lesson it brought. If any of these lessons resonated with you, I encourage you to reflect on your own year. What did you learn? What will you carry forward into 2025? Let me know in the comments or drop me a message. I want to leave you with a beautiful saying that is often attributed to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. It reminds us that learning is not just a means of self-improvement. It's a duty that enriches our souls and benefits those around us. So as you step into the new year, commit to learning, growing, and becoming the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and share it with someone who might need a little inspiration today. Thank you for listening. And as always, keep learning, keep growing, and keep exploring. Until next time, this is Kashif Hayat signing off.